Hello, and welcome to the Horror of It All movie podcast, a video edition. This time I'm going to be doing another unboxing on my Severin March order, I guess you would say. It is the main bulk of March. There is one other title that will be shipping out as of this video, this coming week. Out of the Blue, a Dennis Hopper, I guess classic. I've never seen it, but I did pre-order it. But there also, if anybody didn't know, which I'm sure you would if you pay attention with those things, there is a 4K upgrade. I didn't take advantage of that because I didn't really need 4K for that personally, but it's cool that they offered it. The other thing with the 4K, if you did get it, you gotta wait till June, so it wasn't for me. What else happened? Whoever might have participated in the Halfway to Black Friday flash pre-order, as I always do. I got the everything package. Great releases I'm super excited about. Thriller on 4K, a cruel picture. Thriller, a cruel picture. Mostly known as Thriller, of course. Cloak and Dagger is a VSU, so that's pretty cool. I'm super excited about them bringing back, this is just a random one, the Drive-In Collection, but it's going to be a Blu-ray debut. Now, some people might have got a little confused by the wording. I know I did at first. Or not even at first. Somebody said it, and I had to reread it. That's more like it. That the Horror High and Stanley were released before, and it's like somebody misunderstood, and it's definitely not that. They've never released it before. But it will be the Blu-ray debut of the Drive-In Collection, not of those. So, super excited about that. And then, of course, what else was there? Miami Connection? How can I space that? I had a feeling they might release it someday, but there was a point where I was like, well, maybe not. But who else better to release it? I mean, come on. And that's also a 4K, so I'm pretty excited about that. And then there's two mystery titles, of course. Like they always do. I'm a OG, so to speak, for Vinegar Syndrome. I've been ordering that from them since 2013, almost since the beginning, because they started in 2012, if anybody didn't know that. Check out my other videos about Vinegar Syndrome, and I talk a lot about that. There's definitely some coming up. I'll talk about those in a little bit, what I'm up to next, towards the end of the video. But anyway, let's get to the unboxing. This video is about Severin, I swear. Box. It's not taped very well, so I don't think I need too much. Alright. Get ready for the fucking peanuts. Oh, lovely. First thing I pick out here. This isn't a very big order, but I did order all the releases that they were doing for March. Just like I said, Out of the Blue separate. Stone. It's a re-release on Blu-ray. I forgot that they use black cases. Right? Yeah. Because my Severin collection, I had to double check. For a second I was like, 4K? No. This does have the CD soundtrack. As they call it, it's the score. You know, that usually is the score. I call it a score instead of soundtrack. To me, the soundtrack is more like bands and things like that. But a score is like instrumental type things. Under the Ozploitation Classic, uncut in HD for the first time in America. I don't think, I never bought the DVD, thankfully, because usually I don't like to, if I already have it, I'm like, oh man, but this would be well worth it, because it's got The Making of Stone, an archived 1973 Australian news magazine report on the production. Now that might be on the DVD, I would assume. Deleted extended scenes, Stone Forever. Richard Kemper's classic. Sorry, I butchered names. The 25th anniversary documentary featuring interviews with cast and crew, as well as footage from the 1998 celebration attended by 35,000 bikers. Holy shit. Now that's 90 minutes. Not quite Hollywood extended interviews. Anything that's an Ozploitation movie seems to have that on it, and that's great. All I ever think, and I've mentioned it in another episode, I believe, the Not Quite Hollywood documentary is amazing. I highly recommend it. But I do see it in special features all over the place. And it's like, how many hours and hours? It seems like at this point, days worth of footage. There could be. I don't think so, but do they have? But yeah, this is stone. It's nice and embossed. And I'm sure people know this by now. And if you don't, if you like haven't ordered from Severin in a while, their slipcases are light years away from the ones that you couldn't even barely get out. These are basically Vinegar Syndrome slipcases. I think they get made from the same people. That's the back of it. Probably the best biker movie ever made. Wow. That's from Den of the Geek. It beats the average American production to a bloody pulp. Sounds very exploitation to me. I'm pretty excited. It's got a nice emboss there. It's really, really cool. I'm going to open it. Definitely excited. I don't know if anybody's pre-ordered. I don't know if it's the next batch. I have trouble keeping track with Severin because they got to do it ahead of time now. Instead of like Vinegar Syndrome, for instance, it's every month, but everybody else is ahead of time, so it's hard to keep track when these months are, because obviously I pre-ordered this package a while ago. Oh man, now I'm trying to think. There's definitely some good stuff coming up. I will say that. And I have pre-ordered everything so far. I'm sure soon, as of this video, again, there'll probably be another pre-order up, I would assume. But yeah, that's as I showed you. Sorry about the glare. Alright. A little card, like usual, for the score. Or the soundtrack. That's the discs. Pretty nice. Now, I didn't get the major bundle in case anybody's curious. And it doesn't have a reverse wrap. That's unfortunate. But, whatever. I personally don't know much about this movie other than what it says. I'm going to read the synopsis in case anybody is... Or synopsis, however you want to pronounce it. I'm sure I'm pronouncing it wrong. Whoop. But yeah, 5 years before Mad Max, producer, director, co-writer, and star Sandy Harbutt, all I can hear is Beavis and Butt, butt, because it's spelled just like butt. Anyway, I'll act my age. In his first and only feature film, ignited Australia's exploitation. Excuse me. Exploitation launched. Explosion. Exploitation Explosion launched a global censorship battle and delivered what may still be the best biker movie in history. When an undercover cop infiltrates a outlaw motorcycle gang, he'll straddle 7,000 RPMs of screaming steel for a full-throttle hell ride through sex, violence, and down under vengeance. Ass-kicking bite of entertainment that delivers on every level, now featuring the uncut 4K scan from the original Vault Elements. So there's a chance that at some point, if this sells good, they might do the 4K. I'm guessing, because they were able to do a 4K scan. An indelible classic. Sandy Harbutt's savagely immoral debut is akin to watching celluloid soaked in LSD and set on fire. sounds like a blast to me. Yeah, I'm trying to think of what other things are coming up. I'm sure it'll come to me as I'm opening stuff. Alright. Now to the box. And you know what? Before I get into that, I don't know how much I can show of this. Fucking peanuts everywhere. The cover's fine and the back's fine. The comic book, I guess, as they would call it. I can't really show much in there. Sin film. I think that's what it's supposed to say. Or is that a G? Gin film? I would think it's Sin. Caligula, the Untold Story. Now, I could be wrong. Maybe I just had it in my head that some people might feel that, might be confused, like the Caligula, because the first thing that came to mind for me initially before I looked was the one with Malcolm McDowell, which is also Italian, I believe. He's not a big fan. I've initially, when I met him years ago, but he has talked about it since. So that's something. I mean, for him, he's like a full-on, like, you know, Hollywood actor, and going to Italy, and then the movie's essentially like just porn and violence, and it's not what he's used to. He even did Clockwork Orange. I know, but there's actual things in that movie. So this is cool. I don't get it out there. The infamous coin. You can see that. It's a Caligula coin, and on the back, Severin. Pretty cool. The house is right in the front. But yeah, these are not that. These are the more dirty and dingy sleaze from Italy. Oh, it even says that on the back. Malcolm McDowell, obviously, what does it say? Obviously had it easy. I own that movie. That movie is fucked, but I love it. Caligula exploitation. I didn't know that was a word, but apparently it is now. The Caligula exploitation classics uncensored in HD for the first time ever. By 1980, the Tinto Brass / Bob Guccione, I'm guessing, production of Caligula had become an international box office smash, while igniting global controversy for its extravagant violence and eroticism. Within weeks, Italy's most notorious filmmakers were racing to create low-budget knockoffs featuring even greater amounts of graphic gore, explicit perversion, and Aquin, Adore, and Caligula exploitation. That is hard to say. Was born. 7 Films now presents the subgenre's 2 most notorious films in both of their directors' XXX versions and US edits, all scanned in 2K from their original negatives. It's always good when you see that, in case anybody's ever curious and doesn't understand that, or getting into collecting, or been in collecting and doesn't understand film. When it's restored and it says it's the original negative, that's the best way to get it, because you know it's going to look the best. Interpositive and all those, it's fine, but it seems to be, it looks the best with the original negative. New special features from the first time in history, excuse me. Got a seal right there. Pretty cool. That would have been cool if it was on the coin, on the other side of the coin, but I'm fine with this. Alright, so let's dive in. Is there anything on here that I can't show? No, it's not too bad. Alright, so we got Caligula, the Untold Story. I've been wanting this for years and somebody to release it, and who better to release it than Severin, and I say that because they are becoming the greats in releasing Italian sleaze, and sleaze in general, but especially Italian, and movies by who directed this? The one and only Joe D'Amato. Big fan of his. Absurd, Anthropophagus. Those are the bigger ones, like some of the easier ones to find. I'm like blanking now on some other ones, but again, if I think of it, we'll go into some stuff afterwards, because I want to talk about like the new Severin releases coming up, as well as some other Joe D'Amato recommendations that will lead into some more episodes that I'm going to be doing on different things. Spectacular, a movie more disturbing than the Guccione Brass production. Worldwide Blu-ray premieres of the extreme Italian version and US cut and bonus CD soundtrack score. degeneracy and madness as sleazy and graphic as Caligula. David Brandon is mesmerizing. And they're a big difference, man. It's almost a half hour, about 26 minutes longer. So, I mean, I know that's going to be a lot of penetration. So there is porn elements in this, of course. Some of you might call them porn. I don't fully go that far, but I mean, it's there. Let's see, special features. The Orgy of Power interview with David Brandon. That's cool. A False True Story interview with screenwriter Luigi Montesofori. I can never pronounce his name right. I know him. I believe isn't that George? That's George Eastman, isn't it? I believe so. I could be wrong, and I'm gonna kick myself if I am, but I'm pretty sure. That's his like American sub name. And he worked a lot with Jody Amato, so it would make sense. Originally legendary Maestro de Sleaze, says right there, Jody Amato could outdo the original Caligula. For twisted sex, maniacal, I can't speak tonight, violence, and eye-popping perversion. David Brandon, who is also in Beyond Darkness and Stage Fright. Nice. That's right. Okay. This is coming back to me now. Stars as the insane young emperor whose love of brutality and degeneration, I don't know, is surpassed only by his hunger for enslaved virgins, cruel vengeance, extreme acts of horseplay, because it's in quotes, and beyond. Also features future director Michael Suave, who did Cemetery Man, and he was also in the motorcycle part, I believe, wasn't it an Absurd? And he's in Lucio Fulci's City of the Living Dead. Wasn't he? I think so. Star in this epic orgastic excess written by D'Amato. Yeah, and Luigi Montefessori. I don't know how to pronounce his real last name. George Eastman. Anthropophagus fame, with a lavish score by Carlo Maria Corrido. Shocking Dark. That's another, I believe, Joe D'Amato. Presented in both explicit Italian version and U.S. release, scanned in 2K from the original negatives, and depraved special features. Whoa. Anything on here? Nah, nothing too bad. That's the card for the score. That's the inside, and it looks like there's no reverse either, but it's fine. So, that is Caligula, The Untold Story. And like I said, I'm going to give some of the recommendations at the end. I kept thinking I was looking for a slipcase. It's a slip box. Alright, and this one is Caligula and Messalina. Not good with the words sometimes. So there's that. I showed you before. Both of these, I believe. Okay. This one is in English. Now, Caligula, The Untold Story is in English for the U.S. cut and Italian for the extended Italian cut. Kind of sucks, but I understand. I don't think I finished this one. Good Old Fashioned Lover Boy, featuring an interview with actor Mark Shannon, deleted scenes, a UK video trailer, and CD soundtrack. Okay. Alright, let's dive into this one. Way beyond the Eurotrash norm. Rampant from orgies, threesomes with a dwarf, and sex stolen from the Beast. Okay. Worldwide Blu-ray premieres of the Extreme Italian version and U.S. cut and bonus soundtrack CD. One of the earliest entries in the subgenre of Euro filth, I like that. Italiano filth. Veteran Bruno Mattei, The Other Hell, Women's Prison Massacre. Also did one of my all-time favorite zombie movies, Hell the Living Dead, a.k.a. Virus, a.k.a. Zombie Creeping Flesh. That one. Love that movie. Set in Caligula exploitation. I think that's how you said it. Caligula exploitation. Standard for informative history. Raid the Peplum props. These are some blah 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 blah. Ingentify and jaw-dropping depictions of ancient Roman depravity. When the deranged emperor falls for an insatiable gladiatrix, their reign will launch a mind-bending bacala, I don't know what that word is, no idea, of torture, sodomy, incest, castration, borrowed footage, and aroused livestock. Borrowed footage. Of course it is. I mean, it is Bruno Mattei after all. Or as this calls him, Anthony Pass. I have never heard that name for him before, surprisingly. Maybe to some, I don't know. Wow. Just, yeah. In the co-star in the saga of Saturnalation. I can't read these words. These are obscenity presented in both explicit Italian version and unrated U.S. release scanned in 2K from the original negative. Plenty sleazy. It's historically accurate as an exploitation film can be, while still assaulting us with as much exploitation as possible. This one only has one special feature, but it seems like a good one for sure. Caligula, The Life Behind the Legend, interview with Anthony A. Barrett, author of Caligula, The Corruption of Power, and a trailer and the CD soundtrack. The differences on here is about 6 minutes for the American cut and the Italian cut. So, still gonna probably want to watch that. Again, no reverse. There's that. I think I just... Is that... Hold on a second. Is the score the same? Oh, almost. Almost. It's even says Caligula, too. No, Italians never did that and created sequels and everybody's confused, like with the... oh, shit. What is that called? Boy, I am blanking tonight. Beyond the Door. I've heard some people, like, they gotta still watch them all because they say 1, 2, 3. I'm also the guy that has been watching Italian for well over half my life, and no, you don't have to do that. I like all 3 of them, but they have nothing to do with each other. Nothing to do with each other. Good example. What do I got? I got it over here. Good example is this. I don't think I showed this before, but I got this slipcase because I thought it was cool. Beyond the Door 2 from Arrow. It is not that. It's just an Italian name. It's actually Mario Bava's Shock, which was directed heavily by his son, Lamberto Bava. And I know it might be sacrilege, and I'm saying it right now on record. I like Mario Bava a lot. I even have that really cool box set, which I also have right here. I don't know if anybody's seen it or if they're interested. I'll show you. It is out of print, but you can get a lot of these movies still separate. It is B. Some of them are unlocked, but really cool box set from Mario Bava. It does have trays. They are cardboard, but at least they're trays. They're not sleeves. I hate sleeves. But yeah, it's a really cool one if you want to seek it out, I guess. Macabre Visions, The Films of Mario Bava, Black Sunday, The Girl Who Knew Too Much, Black Sabbath, Kill Baby Kill, $5 for an August Moon, A Bay of Blood, Barren Blood, Lisa and the Devil, and Rabid Dogs. Love Rabid Dogs. So yeah, kind of off on a tangent, but I wanted to show the thing, because Vinegar Syndrome put out Beyond the Door 3, which is really a muck train. But yeah, I'm used to stuff like that. Again, you don't have to, and think of all the demons. The best way to go into that is Joe Bob, because if it's still on Shudder, check out Joe Bob's history of demons. Because honestly, 1 and 2 are the only ones. Anything else that's called demons, 2, 3, blah, 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 blah. Same thing with zombie. There's kind of 3, I guess. Actually, there's not even 3. Because 1 is Dawn of the Dead, so that was there 2. Technically, Zombie 2 is Zombie, and Zombie 3 is actually just called Zombie 3, but as far as I know. That one's not bad. Lucio directed a good portion of it, but was sick at the time, so he couldn't finish it, or something along those lines. Zombie 4. Zombie 4 isn't too bad. Maybe these do go together, now that I think about it with Zombie. Maybe it is a little different with Zombie. But they don't go together. It doesn't really matter what order or something, but if you're obsessive-compulsive and you have to. Or Zombie 5, Killing Birds, which is one that a lot of people hate. I personally love it. Anyway, so coming up, I'm going to be doing a bunch of different things. I plan on doing my best to do a lot more videos. I've been pretty good at keeping them going, but I plan on in the next couple months coming, because I got 2 videos that I want to do for before the halfway to Black Friday sale for Vinegar Syndrome. I will do another Severin video when they do their sale in June, if it's the same again this year. And I'm going to have a couple more podcasts finally. It's been forever. It won't be with Adam, unfortunately. I don't know when or if we'll ever get to do that again. But if you're ever curious, I do have quite a few. That's how this whole channel started, was to do podcasts. But these will be with my wife. And so yeah. And I got a bunch more like top 10s. The Vinegar Syndrome, I will say now, is not going to be a top 10. I'm not going to say how many. I'm gonna try to keep it to a minimum, so to speak. It's going to be hard. I have literally just about every release, but I'm going to narrow it down. It's just going to be Vinegar Syndrome releases. So not VSA. Possibly there's probably going to be a VSP without giving too much away. But most of their sub stuff isn't going to be part of it. I got to narrow it down somehow. And even then, they're still over 300. So it's kind of hard. Well over 300. We're almost hitting 400 total anyway. But anyway, I digress. I wanted to recommend a couple of Joe D'Amato's in case anybody's curious. Even Bruno Mattei, I'll do that. As I said, Anthropophagus and Absurd, those are the ones that are easy to find. Severin put those out on great releases. Also, Beyond the Darkness from Joe D'Amato. Oh, man. I love that movie. It's a little much. It deals... I can't really remember if it fully deals with necrophilia, but yeah. But yeah, I hated blanking, and I kind of just winged this one because I want to do the unboxing, and this was like an afterthought, so here we go. Other than those, there's probably a couple more for sure. He did Caligula, which we know. He also did Endgame and 2020 Texas Gladiators, which also George Eastman always had to do with a lot of his stuff, which was always cool. I'm trying to think of any other ones. I mean, Severin's released a ton of his stuff. I said Endgame. But yeah. Other stuff that'll be coming up, like I said, I plan on at least one, but there might be two podcasts. There's going to be 2 Vinegar Syndrome. I'm not going to say exactly what they are, but it's going to be fun. At least for me, I hope for others. And like I said, I'll probably do, it's kind of undetermined what I'll do for the Severin video for their sale, but it will be something. It might be a top something. Still gonna finish out my 1980s. Next one's 1986, top 10 favorite horror movies of 1986. When I get through the 80s, I may do others. I'm not sure. I'm gonna be doing Lucio Fulci ranking, so that'll be fun. And what I'm gonna rank is, it'll basically be this. I'm gonna rank all 21 of his horror movies. Yes, in case people didn't realize, 21 of his horror movies. Some of them, some people might be like, oh, it's this, it's that. These are his horror movies for me. And then some honorable mentions will be non-horror. Because I love Lucio Fulci. He's in one of my top 10 favorite. He's even in my top 3, probably. Even less, maybe. I don't know. That might be fun sometime. Maybe I'll do like top 10 favorite directors or something. But he is definitely in the tops. But alright, back to Joe D'Amato. There was definitely another one that I highly recommend that, Emmanuel and Francesco, I don't know how to say it. Francosi. I like the alternate title, which Severin put it out as well. I think there's like a reverse rap, but that's really good. Trying to think what that was. Blood Vengeance. Definitely check that out. That will probably be on the Severin video when I recommend stuff. But yeah, he did quite a bit of stuff. Sometimes the deeper you dig, you'll find it a little bit harder sometimes. So stick to like IMDb and stuff if you can help it. At least I do with that kind of stuff, because he does alternate names and things like that. And sometimes if people were curious why they did alternate names, one, because it would sound more American, and also sometimes I think it had something to do with because they were doing so many movies that I don't know if people wouldn't believe it or something. So I don't remember exactly the reasoning. But yeah, give you a couple. Bruno Mattei. I might be pronouncing his name wrong, but I always said Bruno Mattei. Hell of the Living Dead is my number 1 recommendation. Shocking Dark is from Severin. It's good. He was the one who helped finish Lucio Fulci's Zombie 3. Not Zombie 2, but Zombie 3. Or Zombie, yeah. That's always been Zombie 3 as far as I know. Robo War, again, Severin. They just kill it with the sleaze-tasticness. He did Cruel Jaws. I love Cruel Jaws. You're not going to find that from Severin anymore because they had a bit of a problem with Universal, I understand, and that I don't know any details, but I think that could have had something to do with the falling out with getting Drop Dead Fred released. And if you get that release, no, Vinegar Syndrome and Severin aren't at odds. I think Vinegar Syndrome almost did it as like, we'll help you out, guys. It will help you out, buddy, kind of thing. Because all the special features are from previous release, and anything new is, for the most part, I think all done by David Gregory, even the old stuff. So I felt really bad for him for that. I know how excited he was, and Severin people, the Severin guys were for that, and that does suck. But again, this is just what I guessing some of the things that happened, but essentially the release you get from Vinegar Syndrome. Yes, it's Vinegar Syndrome says it on it, and it has a Vinegar Syndrome like slipcase. Well, they would have probably done the same thing. It might have been different art. I don't know. But it seems like it's what they probably would have released for the most part. But yeah, trying to think some more. Bruno Mattei, which I believe George Eastman worked with as well. With Bruno. Strike Commando? I mean, yeah, definitely. But I won't go too more into those because I'll want to do like a top of all these directors. I'm going to do a whole series on my favorite like directors, Italian directors, also like a top 10 of some of these. Lucio Fulci, as I told you, is going to actually be a ranking of his 21 horror movies, so that'll be fun coming up. April's package for Severin is definitely going to be fun. I didn't get the whole bundle, I just got the movies, but these are definitely some more under the radar cheapies, sleazies. I love the words that these companies make up. I don't know if they said sleazies. One of them is called the Big Sleaze Double Feature, and I'll believe it when I have it in my hand, because companies have had trouble getting Mardi Gras Massacre, and they're supposed to be getting it with an exclusive slipcase, and it's still there, and it's coming out in April, like at the end of the month. Might ship sooner, I don't know. I'm excited about that for the simple fact of another video nasty, and so is David Gregory. He collects them, the videotapes. He has all of them. I thought this was funny. If anybody doesn't follow either the podcast, it was either on that or it was on. I feel like it was on the special feature on the censor disc for Vinegar Syndrome, and it was also on. It was on one of their releases too. I'm blanking on what it was, but anyway, like Nasty Memories or something like that. Maybe it's called something else, but it's a great special feature of David Gregory talking about his love and a brief history on the video nasties. Definitely check those out. These are really cool. I just spilled all the peanuts. Sorry, I have shit all over the place. The video nasties, I've mentioned them before. I have videos on the video nasties, 2 of them to be exact. These are absolutely amazing. I love the documentaries. It was cool that they put another documentary that David Gregory did on those discs. But I think I even like more of the bonus features. And they talk about, there's trailer, but they also talk about each movie. Not everybody's a fan of each movie, unfortunately. People like Stephen Thrower on it a lot. If you're a big fan of Stephen Thrower, this is old Stephen Thrower stuff, which is awesome. And he's usually a fan of the movies he's talking about. But anyway, we got that. We got the Big Sleaze double feature thing, which has Death Brings Roses and Crypt of Dark Secrets. No idea about either one of those. As far as I understand, it's from the director of Mardi Gras Massacre, I feel. Yeah. There's that. There's also Hey, Stop Stabbing. Another Intervision. I am personally a fan of those movies that cost $1.57. They're shot on video. They're always fun, especially the ones that are really good, like Killing Spree, for instance. Actually, that wasn't shot on video. That was shot on film, and then, as they say, dubbed on video. It's a terrible way to say it, but it's kind of what they did. I'm really getting into Saturn's Core. There's some really good releases there. Oh man, I can't think of one off the top of my head because I've been watching them recently, but I watch a lot of stuff. They released Shattered Dead. They released Sinister. That's what it's called. That one was good. What was the one I was just watching? Red Spirit Lake is really good. I haven't watched the other one, We Await. But anyway, I feel like this is a shot on video thing. Hey, stop zagging me. Yep, SOV. I'm pretty into those. There's a slew, like a shit ton of special features. You can't see that screen, I don't think. But yeah, it's done by the writer. It was one of the things they started with, by the writers of the Sonic movies, ironically. So that's pretty cool. So that's coming up for Severin. Out of the Blue, of course, is coming up. The 4K is now on here. It's not. It is definitely more. It's $11 more. But again, I didn't really need it. But if you want it, it's on there. Go check it out. I know people have been kind of bitching about prices lately with these labels, and I get it. But at the same time, if you want it that bad, I don't think about that stuff, honestly. And especially if I can get it, cool. If I can't, I figure it out later. But yeah, I definitely will be doing a Severin video sooner than later, because I mean, some of the releases that have come out, like the Night of the Demon release, that was like a wow, awesome. House on the Edge of the Park, which I had on Blu-ray, but nothing like this. They did send replacement discs. I did get one. I don't remember what the reasoning was. Replacement discs are here or there, and everything. I did do an unboxing for Don't Go in the House and Delirium, as well as those ones I mentioned. So definitely some good Severin stuff coming up. I'm interested for their next podcast. I love the podcast. I listen to the podcast. So yeah, that'll be coming up. And I'm trying to think of, there's definitely a couple other things that I plan on doing. And of course I can't find it at the moment. Oh yeah. I'm sorry about the lag sometimes. I'm treating this almost like a live, even though it's not. Let's see. All right. As I said, I'm not going to go into what those podcasts are, but there's going to be hopefully two. Lucio Fulci ranking, I went over that. Yep, there's definitely more top 10s I'm going to be doing. Top 10 different directors, top 10 Italian non-horror. So that'll be cool. That'll be fun. I actually have 3 podcasts that I have ideas for, but there's 2 definite ones, hopefully. Definitely one, well, pretty much definitely 2. And then do a Severin video of my favorite releases again. Maybe do a top, like, favorites. I probably could do that. But yeah, the last thing I would like to do is the Vinegar Syndrome stuff. Oh, I did talk about that. That's true. So yeah, interested to find out what's going to happen on Friday of this week, because that's April 1st. I know some people are probably thinking like, fuck, I just did the pre-order, right? But it's still the first right around the corner. This is how this always works. You're going to have people bitching. You're going to have people loving it. I love it. Even though I can't do it on the 1st, which I always can, but because of that, and when checks fall and stuff, I got to wait a few days. I'll be fine. I'm going to definitely check out what there is. There is 12 more fucking partner labels. I know it's getting overwhelming to some. I have fun with it, but I also can, like, control myself. I never buy all of them. But it has turned into certain ones, like Saturn's Core. I've been definitely going to be buying all those because I've been loving them. Before that, Fun City was like the first partner label that a lot of people were like, love Fun City. So yeah, I guess other than that, that's about it. Trying to think of, there isn't any other specific labels that I'm all like, I mean, other than AGFA and stuff, but I'm like in movies here and there from like Altered Innocence and Utopia. I like some of those, but the definite ones that I definitely will buy all of is those. TerrorVision, I'm really liking TerrorVision. I don't have one of them because I don't know if I'm interested in it yet. But I did get the first one and then the most recent one, which was for Killing Spree, which was amazing. And I have the other Killing Spree. I just saw it. I have this one. I love this artwork. I highly recommend this movie, especially if you like shot-on-video type movies. It is ridiculous, but the special features are amazing. And there's a slew more on the TerrorVision partner label from Vinegar Syndrome for that. Just a fun movie. But again, if you don't like super cheap movies or whatever, maybe not for you. It seems like it's shot on video, but again, it was one of those dumped on video things for the video market so they could sell it. But anyway, yeah, so this had a bunch to do with a bunch of different things, and I'm all over the place, and I realized that I dumped some peanuts. Let's see what oh, I like it. I don't think I have one of these. It's like a lime. It looks more green on here, but like greenish yellow. It's almost like a lime one. Cool. Maybe St. Patty's Day type thing. Cool. Did I get an Intervision? I don't always get an Intervision lately. Ooh, what's this? Oh, yeah. Oh, my God, and it comes in a case. I bought an extra. I don't think you can open this, which is fine. I mean, I guess you could. Oh, you can. Comes in a little case. I wish there was a hinge, but I already showed you the coin, but I got a second coin because I thought I would think it was awesome. There's the Severin. Awesome. I'm glad I noticed that. I almost forgot about it. Like I said, I make these orders so ahead of time, but it's like a collector coin thing. Awesome. So if you get a second one, that's what it comes in. I hate these peanuts. I'm not seeing an Intervision one. So yeah. Anyway, so that was my unboxing for the Caligula and Stone Blu-rays. Pretty cool. Some Italian sleaze-tasticness. I'm very excited. And from some for some exploitation, which I haven't seen Stone. I never got the DVD. But yeah. Oh, I did want to add. I added it to the description, but in case people don't read that stuff, if you've been following along with some of my videos, 2 videos ago, my Indicator video was my first unboxing from them. Was non-horror, but if you branch out more than horror, check it out. I'm going to have a podcast that's not going to be horror, as well as the Italian one, but that's kind of in the same ballpark because of violence and stuff. But this isn't. This is comedy. But anyway, I haven't checked the out-of-towners, but I'm guessing it's probably the same. But in case anybody's curious, the Odd Couple box set from Imprint is unlocked. I tried it in a couple of different Blu-ray players, and it worked great. I didn't even first try to put it in an all-region player because I wanted to know. But yeah, if anybody's curious and you want to order it, I don't know if Diabolic will have those or not. I know it's kind of out of their wheelhouse, so to speak, as they say. I don't understand. I get it, but that's a weird word to me. So yeah, out-of-towners I assume is as well. If you can't, you can order directly from Imprint. They are a little pricey, but again, lately, who isn't? You know, I mean, those are a little bit more pricey than some, and if you're in America, as I am, you're going to pay a lot for shipping. But yeah, anyway, I can't think of anything else I want to ramble on about. So, this is so cool. It comes in a little thing. I love it. And a lime green sticker. So this has been Severin. Let's see if I can get that for my picture. Or, no, my wife's been making me my background or my thumbnail, so that's cool. Not my background, but like what you see on the video before you like click on it. But yeah, I will stop rambling on. Check out my new videos coming out. I hope to have a lot coming out. A few more days. Find out Vinegar Syndrome's April. And then after that, I'm all set because I'm going to be doing my subscription again. So awesome. Severin should be having an announcement soon, I would guess. For what would they be on? May? Yeah, I think May. So they should have a podcast up too for that. So anyway. So yeah. This has been the Horror of It All movie podcast, video edition. Until next time. Oh, wait, I'm Eric. Until next time.